welcome to Math 87, Lesson 129. In this lesson, we're going to talk about graphing functions. Now, on the table on the whiteboard, we've recorded the values of y that are paired with x values of 2, 0, and -1. So, looking at our function, y equals x plus 2, we see that if we put 2 into that function for x, so we replace x with 2, we get y equals 4. If we replace x with 0, 0 plus 2 equals 2, so y equals 2. If we replace x with -1, we find that y equals 1. Now, the word linear comes from the word line. The function y equals x plus 2 is called a linear function because the graph of all pairs of x and y for this function lie on the same straight line. So I've graphed the 3 pairs that we have, and you will see that those 3 pairs all lie on the same line. Now, any number for x and y that satisfies this equation will be on this line. So any pairs of x and y that satisfy the equation will be on this line. Now we're going to make a table that shows 3 pairs of x and y values for the function y equals 2x minus 1. We'll graph these numbered pairs on a coordinate plane and draw a line through the points to show other numbered pairs on the function. Now the first thing you do when you're graphing a function is you'd actually make a chart, an x and y chart. And you think of 3 numbers that we'll use in place of x. Usually you do want one of those numbers to be 0, and you want a positive number before 0 and a negative number after 0. So for this, we're going to use 2, 0, and -2. It's easier to use small numbered pairs so that the points can be graphed on a small graph. So when we put 2 into the function, when we put 2 in for x, we get y equals 2 times 2 minus 1. So y will equal 4 minus 1, which is 3. Y equals 3. When we put 0 in for x, so we put a 0 right here, 2 times 0 minus 1, we find that y equals -1. And then when we put a -2 in, we have 2 times -2 minus 1. So 2 times -2 is a -4. -4 minus 1 is -5. So we find when we fill out our chart, our XY chart, we have x pairs. We have pairs of 2 and 3, 0 and -1, -2 and -5. Let's go ahead and graph those. Here, I'm going to see if I can get these both in the shot. Okay, so we will first graph 2 and 3. X is 2, y is 3. Here, it's kind of making it hard to graph. Give me a minute. Okay, 2, 3. And then let's do 0 for x, -1, 0, -1. And then we have -2 and -5. Now we've graphed our points, and we'll see that we can draw a line through those points. Sorry, give me a second. I'm going to put it down to draw the line. Okay, it's not totally a straight line, but you'll see that we were now able to graph the points and draw a line through those points. And that line would tell us any other points. It would pass through any other points in that function. Now we could use other numbers for the x value in our function, and we would note that those would lie on this. So let's look. It looks like it goes through -1 right here. Let's put a -1 in and see what happens for x. So if we put a -1 in, 2 times -1 is -2. -2 minus 1 is -3. So let's see if that's right. -1, -3. Yep, we have a point right there. So there are some practice problems. There's 2 practice problems. I would like you to try those practice problems out on your own and go ahead and do problem set 129.